Survival Sunday for UCLA and Tennessee, the winningest program in history. The Bruins looking for a 15th trip to the semis, and for Tennessee, a second semifinal appearance in the last 3 seasons. How'd we get here? Well, we already have a couple of teams that have advanced, Texas being one of them. They finally broke through and beat Oklahoma. And slicing that the opposite way for a base hit is the transfer from Cal Poly, and an early base runner for the Bruins. Hitters in the country working with Lisa Fernandez. And a swing and a miss and a strikeout for Pickens, 1 down.
Well, that's the changeup that Pickens.
Game 3, both of those on the road. Of Pickens, and then bobbled behind the bag, and everybody will be safe as Dodge couldn't pick it up clean.
She'll take some hacks early on, but
pops it up right on the grass, and Laura Mueller couldn't come up with it, and they'll get the force out at third base. And they call the infield fly with the shortstop Mueller. Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was lost in the sun, but you could see the way that she was traveling backward. We saw this at Super Regionals, a little bit of miscommunication between Mueller going out, outfield coming in, but that's off the glove. I think that maybe just a little bit of a hard time with the brightness of the sun. You can see her squinting.
I think she lost it right at the end.
Yeah. Good job of picking that up. And now
dugout. So that's
on
why
the first play we had an infield fly. On the second out, third out, the runner at third base abandoned her base.
So it wasn't a forced play. No. That was mind-blowing.
And for the fellow stat geeks like myself, you have to score that a 6U and a 5U, not a double play. And a strikeout for Terry as she...
It off her plant leg, her knee.
Opposite way for Panel, and she continues to swing it well. Her 5th hit now at the World Series.
She had 3 hits against Oklahoma.
Just simplified the process. Gonna hunt a pitch, find one I like. Here's the 0-1, and that'll head the other way and drop in fair for Ella Dodge.
Hit for Panel.
Sophia Nugent doesn't wait for a second pitch, lifts that out to the track, and almost a collision. It's held onto by the right fielder, Liesl Osteen. And some shaky communication. Transfer from Middle Tennessee. Although Laura is 4 for 6 here at the World Series.
Has a better batting average, better numbers than Blue Gibson.
Mueller delivers. 1 run is in. Here comes another to the plate. And Laura Mueller protects Boo Gibson after the intentional walk. And drives in a pitch.
The regular season, it has definitely been their story in the postseason. Their plan clearly is to be able to stay inside the ball, drive the ball middle opposite field. All hits that we've seen have done just that. This is a great job on a pitch up and in. And how about the batter getting hit
at Super Regionals?
Alana Leach drives Riley Slimp back, and that'll end the inning. But the Lady Vols grab the early lead. 7th game, and just returned as the everyday catcher in the postseason. And lefty gets a hold of one, and she sends it out. Ramirez draws one back for UCLA.
Lefty Ramirez, second home run here at the World Series. Don't forget she hit one opening day against Oregon. You guys, just her 6th home run of the season. This isn't what she's known for. She's known for her skills behind the plate, what she does for this pitching staff. Instead, she takes now a full count pitch, and look at where this pitch is located. Get up and get some. Are you kidding me? This is up out of the zone. She needs this. So impressed with what she's done here at the World Series, you guys. That is a rise ball that comes high velocity against Pickens, and she hits it out of here. Her 6th on the year.
3-2 pitch.
Somewhat non-traditional. She catches and throws left-handed, right? But bats right-handed.
It's right-handed. And Pickens gets strikeout number 2, 1 down.
World Series, though.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
got to beat the best to be the best. Yeah, called strike 3, 2 down.
Pitching.
And is she going to show us why? Continuing to do it in college, the 2nd of the inning for UCLA. And they come right back and tie it up.
Miles an hour off the bat, and you're going to see that with Pickens. If you can meet it, especially up in the zone, this is 70 miles an hour. Again, top of the zone, not quite as high as what we saw with Ramirez, but if you can meet 70 at the top, it's going to leave the yard 72 miles an hour, and this is a huge punch from the
home of the World Series and also the 2028 LA Olympics. They're going to play softball here. Mueller at short, and that'll end the inning. But a destructive one for the Bruins.
We came into this talking about the Bruins.
And a 30% swing and miss on the change.
And finally, that one's in play. Down again to Sammy Pola from her knees. 1 down. Ends the extended at-bat. 1-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. 2nd strikeout for KT as we send it down to Holly Rowe.
$15. So her parents won a moment.
Base hit out to center field. Gabby Leach is aboard. Holly?
Her parents, Joe and Christy, decided to just make Caitlin Terry a left-hander because the glove was less expensive. So they took
one that's won more. They are 4-0 in elimination games with 3 walk-offs. They're playing later tonight against Oklahoma. Fly ball into center, and on the run is Clements to make the play. 2-2 ball game through 2.
From a UCLA Bruin alum, Puppy Vecchione.
That's right.
That's right. Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And who coached for UCLA for a long time.
Yeah.
Ground ball to Gibson. Got her footwork right and makes the play. 1 down.
Miss at 65. So that's how important 2 miles an hour is.
Right at panel. 2 down.
And so that's one of the things that Holly Rowe was talking.
2-time SEC Pitcher of the Year the last 2 seasons for Tennessee. Full count here with Rory, and Jordan draws the walk. She's on base for the 2nd time. And there's the go-ahead run aboard.
Downward movement on the drop, upward movement on the rise.
They call her the chef. Grant. And a slow roller to 2nd, and scooped over to 1st. Yeah, that was quick for Pickens to get out of that. Arizona to win the national championship. Jenny beat UCLA to win
That's when there were
the
only 2
national
teams in
championship.
softball.
Yeah, they were going back and forth at each other for a decade.
Yeah.
As Dodge grounds out.
2 of the greats. They got to be teammates.
When we get down to the final 2 teams, might it be an all-Texas affair? The Longhorns and the Red Raiders are in the driver's seat. And a called strike 3 there to Nugent, 2 down. Yeah! 0-2 pitch, and Gibson whiffs at it. A 1-2-3 inning for Caitlin Terry. And the home run.
It out 1 time, twice maybe.
Ramirez to the right side. Dodge stays there. Few corks
For UCLA, number 2 for Texas Tech in the history of the program.
under Sharon Dacus and Sue Enquist, and now the former player Caliano Perez, and a strikeout for Pickens. It'll be hot tomorrow, where she might have to pitch a lot of innings to try and beat Texas twice if they advance. And she loses Bragg, who draws the walk. Second free pass. Got her to reach. Strikeout number 5, second of the inning for Pickens.
Those the last couple innings.
And a strikeout for Terry. That's 3 straight for her, 1 down. The Summit Blues. Right back to the pitcher, Terry. 2 down. Holly Rowe?
Well, the twins are exact identical twins, and I was really struggling in my interview because when you look...
A swing and a miss. And a scream from Terry through the mask. She has struck out for the season for one of these teams as we get deeper into the day. Win or go home. Bruins, and Terry pops it up. 1 down.
Not leaving the ball in the middle.
Off of the glove of Pickens. Yeah, Clemens is aboard, and for the 3rd inning in a row now, UCLA has a chance.
27 double plays turned against them.
Three-two pitch, swing and a miss. 2 down.
Pickens comes back.
As Pickens has started to cool off those hitters. And that is inside the base. Fair ball down the line. Clemens to third. And Rory will sneak in behind to second.
Move that you could make if you're Tennessee. First base is open. Yes, there's a home run hitter on deck, but she's not.
Ball 4.
The numbers making Grat shown all year.
Swing and a miss, and Pickens emotional as she works out of the jam, and UCLA leaves them loaded. In her second appearance of this World Series, picked up a win on Thursday over the Ducks. And Grant snags that before it gets over the line. 1 down. Hey, our next WN. 3 hits in the first, just 1 since for Tennessee. And now Leach will add to that total, her second of the ball game. And it's Tennessee's turn to get the go-ahead. I'll bring up Taylor Panel. Singleton scored in the first. Panel gets a charge into it. Deep left and out of here. 2-run shot for Taylor Panel. And Tennessee's on top.
And Jess, you've been mentioning it all game long, the adjustments, how this Tennessee team is hunting has been on point for the Lady Vols. 16th home run of the year for Taylor Panel.
Beth, you were asking about throwing punches. Where do the boxing gloves go after the first inning? They came right back on, and this is another big, huge punch and blow. 2-run.
A couple of hits and a 2-run home run to give Tennessee the lead. And UCLA will only have 6 outs left to work with to keep their season alive as KT gets the strikeout.
Teammates, and now she's got their backs as well.
Yeah, Holly, in that 250, normally all season long, she's been hitting 391.
Another one the opposite way. This for Sophia Nugent. And a 1-out base runner.
And again, swinging early in the count. First pitch swinging, first pitch home, middle of this game. And it's back here for the Vols.
Waits on the change and drives it right back up the middle. Schuler to third. She'll slide in safely. And the throw to second. Not in time to get Boo.
Matt.
Yep.
Runner making sure she's not coming down the line or getting back.
Mueller grounds it to Pola at second. And UCLA gets out of it, but a couple of home run, which proved to be the game winner. Ground ball to second or away. Marjetko does have an appearance already. She threw the other day against Florida. She got a win. Back up the middle. Snagged by Mueller. Tried to pitch it to Dodge to get over to first, but a base runner with one out for UCLA, and ties the game. Backhanded by Gibson. They go to second to get the lead runner. 2 down.
Well, that's a really good.
Pickens fires to first, and Gibson can't haul it in. The runner safe at third, and they're on the corners with 2 outs for the top of the.
After review, the call on the field has been changed to runner interference. That is the 3rd out of the inning. That is Tennessee's first challenge.
So the challenge goes Tennessee's way, and they maintain the 4-2 advantage to the bottom of the 6th. Far in this position, she went for the extra pickle, but this may be an ice bag. Let's see. And that hits Leach. Base runner with nobody out.
I think over 85% of the time when she does use it. Impressive.
Clark out to left center, and on the move is Clements. 1 down. Things were swinging away, now it's slapping. Sends one that way, and back goes Slint to make the catch. That'll chase Leach back to first, 2 down.
Swinging first pitch, quite a few of her at-bats.
Checks it to second, Pola with the scoop. So here we go to the 7th inning. Win or go home against Oklahoma. Popped up and turning to make the catch on the grass is Mueller, 1 down. Gibson at first, 2 down. And it will come down to Jordan Woolery.
As deep as possible.
Woolery passes the bat. They'll hold her to a long single, but it will bring the tying run to the plate. For Megan Grant, who has topped. Looking for her first hit of the World Series. Grant, first pitch swinging, and she sends it out, and UCLA ties it up with 2 outs in the top of the 7th.
Story. So much throughout UCLA's lineup, so many different things, but at the end of the day, those two, their friendship, knowing each other since 8th grade, hitting back-to-back all season long. And Megan Grant, after Woolery gets on, extends this inning, ties this game. Grant up in the zone, hits it out of here, no doubter, and we are all tied up here in the 7th.
First pitch swinging, rise ball up in the zone. All 3 home runs given up by Pickens today have been rise balls, just left upstairs at the top part of that zone and bashed out of the park.
Tennessee has apparently asked the umpires to check to make sure that Megan Grant touched home plate.
It's good. Oh, yeah. It's home plate. I mean, you're trained.
Now they make her go back to touch it. Did she overstep it when she put her foot down?
Looks like she got it. I mean, she didn't even want to go back and touch it.
My goodness. Wow.
Well, this happened in the '96 Olympics.
Yes, it did.
After review, the calling on the field is upheld, and the run will score. The runner did miss home plate and was assisted. However, that play is not reviewable according to Appendix G.
Wow.
In Appendix G, to talk about missing home plate and being assisted back is reviewable. So the home run ball delivered to the Grants, and after all that, there is the third out of the inning. And oh, by the way, and instead we'll take the walk. And the game winner is aboard with nobody out here in the bottom of the seventh. Of late, including 2 homers against Jordy Ball. And will lay down the sacrifice here to advance panel into scoring position.
And a good job by Tennessee to...
They hit hard to win this game.
Gibson gloved at third, and the double play for UCLA to get out of it. Woolery to Pola. And that top 10 fielding percentage.
The UCLA team that does not turn a lot of double plays. Great defensively, but this is just the 14th of the year. None bigger. Woolery to Pola. Inning over.
Ground ball to Gibson. One down.
No, Carlin at top. That's a whole lot to think about as a hitter.
Rolls towards Dodge. 2 down.
And how about Ella Dodge? That energy. That's the reason why she... People ask, what's the most important pitch? Next pitch coming.
And she induces a ground out with that next pitch. How about the bottom of the Tennessee order? You got next. Mueller, ground ball to short, snagged by Bragg. 1 down. Bragg again. Busy at short. 2 down. Clark pops it up, and it's dropped by Bragg. A miscommunication with Bragg and Pola. And a window of opportunity opens for the Lady.
This is what you're talking about right there, Beth. That wide open 5-6 hole.
And she'll yank that back up the middle. Runner turns and heads for third. And the game winner is 60 feet away as Clark legs it out. And the 2-out rally, boosted by an error, has Tennessee on the brink.
Team in this tournament.
One of 4 sisters to play for Big Orange. Flares that out to left, and Slimp is there, and that ends the threat. Going to the 9th. Batter's box. Back to Pickens. 1 down. 5 ground outs in a row.
Rock ball that's throwing that hard.
Dodge. 2 down. Let's send it down to Holly.
Well, Carlin.
bottom of the ninth will be the heart of the Tennessee order coming up. And Paula sneaks one through. And here comes Jordan Woolery.
Ball four.
And it's interesting, it's continuing for the Bruins.
This was the same situation in the 5th inning, and Pickens struck Ramirez out, and she gets her to ground out here. Bottom 9, the 2, 3, 4 hitters. Panel sends that one deep, and it's off the top of the wall, and it stays in the park. It hit the white line around the top at 2. This is under review. Slimp, skids off the top of her glove.
Look how high she is. I mean, she got up, nicks. It's definitely a live ball. It hits just the, I mean, you guys, the top of the wall.
And comes back in.
A great effort. And I mean, that would have been off for Riley Slimp. She almost assisted that over the wall. This would have ended the game and the season for the Bruins. And you're talking quarter of an inch. But panel, man, holy smokes.
After review, the ball did not leave the field. The runner will stay where she was at.
Taylor Panel takes that changeup.
The pitch from Taylor Tinsley. A little flare and a little bloop, and back on the grass is Bragg to make the catch. One down, unproductive out.
Impressed with Bragg, the way that she moves to the ball.
Playing in her 2nd World Series with Tennessee.
These are the seniors. Nugent, Gibson, Mealer. 3 in a row.
I'm just gonna walk her.
Yeah.
All right, so now you gotta force at any base with 1 out, and they're loaded.
It almost seemed like they didn't really want anything to do with Gibson either. A situation where if base is loaded, they know they have the opportunity.
1 out, force at any base for UCLA. Mealer delivers, and the Tennessee Lady Vols walk it off in the bottom of the 9th into the national semifinals.
How about Laura Mealer working back from 0-2 to put herself in a position with the bases loaded to walk off this game?
She hit in 3 of the 5 runs. And both times she hit him in, the batter before her, Boo Gibson, was intentionally walked. She made them pay. And this is getting into the bottom of the order when you could lack confidence. You could not believe. But UCLA put that runner within 60 feet. And Laura Mealer with the game winner in the 9th inning.
And after 324 minutes, a well-deserved interview with Holly Rowe.
Up right now, chest pumping your teammates. What is going through your mind? 0-2 to try to win the game.
I just wanted to stay simple. I had an excellent team behind me, and I was really just trying to pass the bat no matter what happened.
It's a lot of pressure, though. Carlin Pickens has thrown 149 pitches. It's hot out here, and you're trying to end it. What did you see on that pitch?
Just stay small, stay simple, stay in the zone and drive the ball.
How many walk-off game winners have you had?
It's my 2nd one this year, so.
Good for you, and it's in the World Series. So what does that mean to you?
It's exciting. I'm just really glad I was able to pull out for my team this week.
Okay, tomorrow you can move on and play Texas, but you'll have to beat them twice. What is left in the tank after a long, dramatic game today?
We got everything left in the tank. We're ready. We're ready to go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Transferred from Middle Tennessee State a couple of years ago because she wanted the big stage. She's on it today in Oklahoma City at the World Series, and she is our Capital One rewarding performance.
76 miles an hour, by the way. This wasn't just put the ball in play. I know what she just told Holly Rowe, but a beautiful swing. Got a pitch on the inside part of the plate with 2 strikes. Look at this swing. Kept the hands close to the body, and it is a game winner for the 2nd time this year for Laura Mealer. she had than this one to put the Vols' survival another day to Monday.
So we know an SEC team will play for the national championship.